When courts are clogged, victims pay the price. A victim's truth about delayed justice. Can I be honest with you for a minute? Every time I hear the system is backed up, I know what that really means. It means victims like you and me are being told to wait again, that we are not important. And I'm here because prolonged legal proceedings involving powerful political figures have real measurable consequences for victims like us. Consequences that almost never make headlines. Here's the truth that needs to be said out loud. Those who are wealthy, those who hold power, and those with unlimited money and unlimited time are clogging the court system like never before. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. They can afford endless legal strategies, motion after motion, delay after delay, appeal after appeal. Every step is legal, and every step overwhelms a system that was never designed to handle this level of abuse. Before I go any further, I want you to know who I am and why I'm speaking about this. My name is Sarah Rainey. Most people know me as Mama Bear. I'm a mother who lost her son Kenley and his dog Marshall in a DUI crash. Not an accident, a crash. Since that day, I've had to navigate the justice system as a victim, not as an attorney, not as a politician, but as a grieving mother trying to understand why accountability takes so long. Everything I'm sharing comes from lived experience. I'm not here to attack anyone. I'm here to explain what delays actually do to victims, because I'm still living them. I have lived with loopholes. I've lived through delays caused by continuances when hearings are pushed back again and again because the defense requested more time. I've lived through the loopholes of endless motions that don't move the case forward but still have to be read, scheduled, and ruled on. Who does that benefit? Not us, not the victims. I have lived through the appeals that pause everything, even when victims are never told how long that pause will last. I've lived the excuse of, we're short-staffed. A plea deal was reached without telling me, and it favored the criminal rather than allowing the full story to be heard. The hardest lessons was learning that justice doesn't include victims unless we demand it. Now, I am fighting to ensure I am included in the parole process because I've learned that if victims don't push for information, the system will move forward without us. Not to mention the confusing maze of agencies victims are expected to register with, often without ever being told they exist. If you don't know about them, it becomes very easy for the system to move forward without the victim. In my opinion, that is exactly what they want. Less work, less cases, and cases off their desk. All of that is legal. All of it slows the system down, while victims are told to be patient. And this is why I'm speaking out. Not for attention, not for politics, but because silence is how the system keeps working the way it does. Court congestion doesn't just slow cases down, it wears victims down. It relies on confusion, on delay, on victims not knowing where to go, who to contact, or how to be heard. If you don't know which agencies to register with, if you don't know which deadlines matter, or if you don't know how parole, plea deals, or sentence changes work, the system can move forward without you, and they will. And too often it does. Who benefits? The criminal. I'm still here, still asking questions, still pushing for information on how parole works, still fighting to be included. I do this in honor of my son, Dr. Kenley Jean Rainey, and his constant companion, Marshall. They both should still be here. What happened to them cannot be undone. But what happens next for other victims can be changed. If you are a victim or someone who loves one, you are not wrong for feeling confused, exhausted, or shut out. This channel exists so victims don't have to figure this out alone. Victims can help each other by commenting and telling their stories. Don't rely on what television tells you. The justice system works very differently for victims. Please subscribe if you want to understand how the system really works, what victims are rarely told, and how to protect your voice before decisions are made without you, or because when courts are clogged, criminals benefit and victims pay the price. Thank you. I am Sarah Rainey, Mama Bear.